Hi guys, it is story time and it is Halloween. So today we are going to read The Legend of Spookley the Square Pumpkin. This is one of my favorites. All right. One day in the pumpkin patch, the strangest little pumpkin hatched. Spookley wasn't like his friends. Where they had curves, he had ends. Spookley was different. He was odd, he was rare. Spookley the pumpkin wasn't round, he was square. Hopefully you guys can see that. While the round pumpkins had fun rolling along, poor Spookley sat there shaped all wrong. He tried and tried with all his might, but he couldn't budge, he just sat tight. The other pumpkins teased him because he was square. Spookley wished he was round and could roll everywhere. That is, until one night when they all discovered it's fine to be round when the weather is fair, but there are times it's better to be square. Halloween was just a day away when a mighty storm blew across the bay. It tossed the round pumpkins to and fro. It snapped their vines, then off they'd go. Bouncing left, slamming right, banging, bashing, what a sight! Spookley sat there filled with fright, but glad to be a square that night. Suddenly the fence gave way. 3 pumpkins rolled out into the bay. Spookley knew what must be done. It was up to him, he was the one. He teetered, he tottered, he tipped, he tried. He finally flipped, he was on his side. Again he tipped, again he flopped, again he flipped, and then he stopped. Right in the gap where the fence had snapped, he blocked the way. The hole was capped. All the pumpkins shouted, "Hooray!" Spookley the square pumpkin had saved the day. Then a pumpkin hit him with a whack. He thought his shell would start to crack. Then another one hit him with a thump, and another one with a smack. So they're all flying because of the storm. Then, one by one, a ton of pumpkins piled on the stack. With a bang and a bash and a crunch and a crash, and then it all went black. At dawn, when the storm had stopped, the farmer came out and checked his crop. He picked his pumpkins up one by one and laid them out in the warm, dry sun. And when the last was moved away, the farmer could see what had saved the day. An odd shaped pumpkin, short and dense, was wedged against the broken fence. Its shell was bruised, its stem was too. But there was brave little Spookley, sitting straight, strong, and true. Right then and there, the farmer knew of all the seeds he'd ever sown, Spookleys were the most special that had ever grown. And the next year, when it was time to sow, he sowed those seeds in every row. He watered and weeded and watched them grow. And oh, that morning about mid June, when the pumpkin patch began to bloom, there were tiny pumpkins everywhere, hundreds and hundreds, most of them square. But some were cubes and some rectangular. Some were flat and others triangular. There was a bed of bright red ones and two rows of blue. There were polka dot pumpkins and rainbow ones too. There were thousands of colors and hundreds of shapes. Oh, what a garden variety makes. So pretty. Now, every year on Halloween, Spookley's Patch is quite a scene. People come from far and near to see what wonders grew that year. They stop, they gawk, they gaze, they stare. Then they pick a pumpkin that's round, triangular, or perfectly square. Now you know the story of how Spookley grew. Maybe someday you'll tell someone too. And they'll go tell someone who will go tell another. And maybe one day we will all discover you can't judge a book or a pumpkin by its cover. The end. So the point was the pumpkins teased him at first because he was square and they were all round. But in the end, they needed that gift that Spookley had, that squareness to save them. And if you think about it, we're kind of similar because uh, as humans, we're all very different. We all have different talents. We all look different, but we need each other's gifts. Like we need teachers and we need doctors and we need scientists and we need salespeople to sell us things and grocery store workers to give us groceries. We need farmers. We need all these different types of people. Um, and in class, if you think about it, you also need different types of students. Like maybe one student is really good at math and they can help you with math. Maybe you're not as good. Maybe you're a really good artist, so you can draw pictures for the rest of the class. Or maybe you're really good in music and you can help the other kids with your voice, and you can entertain us. So we're all different, but that's what makes us all like a huge team and makes the world a better place. So just remember that. We're today or this month is anti-bullying month, so we've been talking about not teasing people for being different. So I thought this was a very good book for that, especially because it's Halloween. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.